Today I'm going to talk about what I did to cope with a meltdown, my coping skills during a meltdown. Um, I was having a meltdown and I had an appointment coming up that morning and I could not function at all. And so I had been emotionally triggered and had a major mood drop. And so I was very depressed, very anxious, very upset, literally upset and crying, and was basically a mess. And so I needed to pull myself together in order to make my appointment or cancel it. And canceling it was not an option. It was very important to me. It was very important to what I have going on and to my well-being. So I had to make this appointment, but I could not function at all. And so the steps that I took first was I made myself move, because motion is one of the best combatants to depression. As long as you can keep yourself moving, you can keep yourself functioning and functioning enough to function a little more, a little more, a little more. Like they say, baby steps, take baby steps. Well, keep yourself moving. Motion is the key. So I forced myself to get up and do my dishes, basically, get up and move. So that was the first thing I did. And then I also used the clearing statement. If you're wondering what that is, look for my video that mentions the clearing statement, and that will tell you how to do the clearing statement and where to look up the information that explains in detail what the clearing statement means. And I did that several times before and after the different tasks I did here. I did do it multiple times this morning for different aspects that I was feeling, because I did it for every emotion I was feeling, physically and mentally. And then I used my Lux lamp. I have seasonal affective disorder, which is winter depression, and there's not enough sun in Minnesota in the winter. And so one of the key ways to fight that is to use your Lux lamp, which is to get a lamp that if you are within 6 inches of it, you get 10,000 lux from this lamp. And you're only supposed to have to use it 10 or 20 minutes to make a difference, and 10 to 15, 20 minutes per day. I've been lazy about it. Um, and I don't use it every day, but I just felt, because it was so gloomy today and it had been sunny the previous 3 days, I thought, well, you need your simulated sunrise. So I used it for a half hour, and I do believe that it did help. I wouldn't say it put me in a sunny mood, so to speak, but it did help. And then the next thing I did, which I don't even normally do because I'm following the carnivore diet and I'm trying to put off eating only twice a day. So I put off eating my first meal of the day as late in the day as I can, at least till noon or one. But I just still fall into the same old triggers and habits of wanting to eat something when I'm upset. And I was just wanting to eat, but I did not want to cheat on my diet. So I just went ahead and had my breakfast at an early hour instead of waiting until later in the day. So that, even though it wasn't decadent food or junk food like I would normally do, oh, I want to eat something decadent and that'll make me feel better, which it never does. That usually makes it worse. But when I'm upset, that's what I think. Oh, give me candy. No, don't give me candy. In this case, I had scrambled eggs with cheese. I was, satiated, and it made me happy to have something to eat, get to stuff in my mouth, so to speak. So it was helpful in that respect, but not harmful as, running downstairs to the candy machine would have been. And then I also did a few exercises. That was part of the motion, stay in motion, keep moving. And I've been trying to add some exercises to help my back and knees, because they're really bad and they're not getting any better. And so I have to push myself harder to maybe strengthen them. And so that got me looser as far as physically feeling better, because I did a lot yesterday, so I'm in a lot of pain today. And so I did the exercises to help get my body loosened up and used to walking around the house so I could get ready for my appointment. And then the next thing I did, I was about out of time, and it's a big deal to get me in the shower because it's a a physical challenge and for some reason an emotional block. I can't get myself in the shower these days, so that is an issue for me, as having proper hygiene, because I grew up having proper hygiene. I have my whole life, but in recent years it's become some big psychological issue on top of a physical challenge. And so getting in the shower is a big deal. And I really wanted to have one, and I did accomplish it. So um, I get to feel proud because I took a shower. And that's not a big deal to some people, but for me, it was. And it was a big factor in being ready on time for my appointment to arrive. And then the last thing I did was get the appointment ready for the appointment. I did certain things, and that fit in with the motion, um, keeping myself moving. Because the more I kept myself moving, get in the shower, get dressed, get the stuff ready, so that when the time for the appointment came, I was ready, the apartment was ready. And even though I didn't yet feel mentally ready, I was able to let the person in the apartment, and through talking with them, uh, get even more ready to do what I had to do with the appointment, and to be more functioning. I was, not 100% ready when they got here, but I had done enough preamble work that it was not too much longer that I was working with the person, instead of saying, well, I'm not going to be able to do anything because I can't function today. And now I'm making a video, which is a major miracle. So there we have it. That was my coping skills during my meltdown. Mostly keep myself in motion and moving forward, and doing the clearing statement, and doing self-care, using my Lux lamp and taking a shower, and um, doing the dishes. I love my dishes being done and not going in the kitchen and seeing a pile of dishes there. So that's a big deal for me too, is to always have them done and stuff. So I hope you're having a great day, and see you the next time. Thank you so much for viewing.